So there was some issues between you and Aaron, right? The CEO of Tuff City Records. You you spoke about an incident where you got into like an altercation of some sort and you got arrested.
Right.
With him. He, in his response in his interview, he said that you never beat him up and he never got arrested. What exactly happened in that situation? Because I know later on you guys ended up working together again, right?
Let me explain something to you. Tuff City Records is my family. It's the foundation of my career. And like in anything, even in relationships, you know, you're going to have ups and downs, trials and tribulations, especially when you're doing it independently,
Right.
especially when you're new to the game, especially when you're on the job training, especially when you invest in your own money, especially when you're working with a team of inexperienced people, especially when you're coming in the game in the beginning of hip hop and you're new to the game, especially when you're dealing with a kid who's from the South Bronx who comes from nothing. And here's a man who you feel is the outlet for your dreams to come true. And at the same, and that's because of his complexion and his pigmentation and his authority and his wealth. But but really he's new in the game too. You know, he don't know, you know, he's getting into hip hop. He's investing in his own money. He's learning as he goes along. He's got licenses to fill out, paperwork to comply with. So there was a ups and downs and trials and tribulations. Like I said, not, you know, even in a relationship, we go through these things. But, Tuff City Records is my home. And the things that me and Aaron Fuchs went through is long water under the bridge as far as I'm concerned. And they helped us grow. Whether they were negative and positive, they were true experiences. And Aaron, more than anybody that I could say, gave me an opportunity that no one else really wanted to do. I mean, Aaron saw my greatness. Aaron Fuchs saw my greatness and he fought for me. You know, he invested money in me. And, you know, while the Cold Crush was performing in the Fever, Funkmaster Wizard already was in the UK. Funkmaster Wiz was already in China. You know, Funkmaster Wiz was already in Billboard magazine. Funkmaster Wiz was the first hip hop artist to be on U68, which is UK television, which in America it was titled U68, which today is now MTV. So, you know, all the struggling and the fighting and the sacrifices and the things that Aaron has done to for my legacy and his business and Tuff City Records overall, it all was a part of the agenda that needed to be played out. So we, as you can see, we still standing. Funkmaster Wiz is still here and Tuff City Records is still here. So that speaks in itself, volumes.
Yeah, and I want to say, like, because he did say in his interviews that, like, you were a difficult artist to put up with, but you were so worth it, though. Like, he really commended you on that, right? And, you know, you're right. He was someone that started as a journalist that came into the game and really did a lot of things that before other people did them. You know, he was buying, publishing from older songs.
Yes, he did.
And so he was able to flip that where people would later on sample them and not know that. And he was doing lawsuits, a lot of different things that people weren't privy to, you know?
Yes.
So I understand, like with any relationship, of course, there's going to be ups and downs, and you know,
correct.
But as you grow, you learn to understand why sometimes people make the decisions that they do, and it's not always personal. It's not always with malicious intent, you know. And it's hard when you're young and you're coming up and you're like, well, my money's not right or something, and it's easy. Who do you point to, right? You point to this person, but you don't know everything that's going on behind the scenes.
Correct. One thing I didn't know was the business, and neither did Aaron. Neither one of us knew the business. We just knew we had an idea and we wanted to invest in our idea. and I had the creativity, and he had the platform and the funds to manifest that. So yeah, we moved forward, but again, we didn't even know that what we were stepping into, because that Crack It Up song, that brought a lot of attention and a lot of people who felt a certain way about the label now, me as an artist, and the future of, the material that we was going to be putting out. So we even went back in the studio, and on that Crack It Up song, we put You Better Not, just to try to, make it more commercial. That still hadn't changed anything. They had made up their minds that this guy right here, we don't want him.
Right.
We don't want to hear what he got to say. We don't want to hear his music. Whatever they felt about me or thought about me, they had their minds made up.